Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and tonight we have a special guest. Rachel from Rachel's Ghost is going to be here. We're going to have a great discussion. God knows where this is going to go, but let's get started.
Crank up those headphones. It's time for Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Holy mackerel, it's Wednesday. We are live, and I've got Rachel here, and we're going to shoot the shit, kids.
Yeah.
And, hey, wait a minute. Do that there. That's what I need you to do the whole show, is maintain that look.
Oh, excitement.
So I want to welcome Rachel here tonight. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to keep it loose. We're going to talk records. We're going to talk CDs. We're going to talk about Rachel's channel, because for the people that watch my channel, they might not know about Rachel. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're just going to keep it loose. We'll talk like an hour or so and see how it goes.
Sounds good.
So Rachel, welcome aboard. Finally, I got you here because Ernesto, who's been in your chat, always goes, "You going to have Rachel on? You going to have Rachel on?" Well, I got her on right now. So,
well, you know what, Grant? Yeah. Who was it? It was a mutual follower of both of ours.
Yeah, Ernesto
reached out to me and said, "How come you aren't doing anything with Grant?" I said, "I'd love to do a thing with Grant."
There he is right there. Ernesto.
Yeah,
there
Ernesto.
He is.
So yeah, we've got, can you bring Ernesto, just the name up, like just go the Ernesto there. This guy right here, he said to me, "Rachel, I'd love to see you get with Grant because he's a fan of yours. He likes what you do." And I said, "I'd love that because Grant's got to look at music." I mean, look at XTC back there, one of my favorite bands right away. April Wine, who I've seen in concert. You got it all going.
I got it going.
All right. And Rami Lammy. I don't know, Rami Lammy, are you subscribed to Grant? He come over from my TV show. I did a pregame.
There's a lot of people from your TV show here.
I brought a bunch in. I did a little pregame thing to say, "Come on, let's go support Grant. Have fun."
There you go. I like it.
Anyway, I'm so happy to have you here. You know, John Marino, I've got 2 copies of Smokin' by Humble Pie. There it is. I just grabbed this because you had it in the thumbnail and it started making me laugh. I said, "Oh, it's right up."
Well, I went through your videos and I'm going, well, I got to get a good picture.
Yeah.
And then there you go. It's like you're on The Price is Right showing that album cover. So I figured that was good.
Listen, Loki Tio. Yes, I got a channel. God, I hate this sort of thing when they're trying to purposely say.
It's right there. The link's right up above.
It's up there. Go to Rachel's Ghost, Loki.
Oh, look at Zeb. Thanks, Zeb. Zeb, I must say, okay, I'm going to give everybody some background.
Thank you, Renata Gamer.
Zeb is one of the first. Oh, look here. Wait a minute. Hold on, Zeb. Look at Schnee.
I hate that. It's just hurtful.
God sucks.
God, that's
now listen, I'm going to give Zeb a shout out because Zeb was one of the first people when I started my channel.
Yeah.
He was like one of the first supporters, along with other people, but Zeb is one of those ones that really helped. And Rachel, I'm going to give you some props because you let me come on your channel, and
I like having you on.
You know,
well, it's so crazy. Like last time we had you on, the trouble with my show, and it's not for everybody, believe you me. Yeah, Grant does have a professional.
I'm trying.
A far cry from the garbage scow we run, but it is what it is. But anyway, Grant, it's great to be here. But on my show, like we had you on, and there was controversy. There always controversy on my show. I think we're talking about the wonderful Dave the Pickaverse. This is a fantastic channel, psych guy, expert in psych. And I was singing his praises, but then we had people that aren't as big a fan of his as I am. And I just saw him last week. He was under a bus.
Really? My goodness. Wow. Here we go. Dave, the pickup artist.
Yes.
Go River Valley Vikings, because Dave is from where I'm from, Marion, Ohio. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Ohio? Yeah. No, my great-great-granny's from Wood, Ohio. I'm big into genealogy and studying all the history and stuff. But yeah, Wood County, Wood County's close to the border of Kansas.
Oh, look at what Loki said. Grant's appearance on Rachel is very gracious and good humored as he patiently sat through domestic disturbances of one kind or another. Well, the thing is about my channel and Rachel's channel is that there's no disturbance.
My cousin Joe's here from Facebook. Joe Darnell. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe.
Music Den. We got a lot of people. We got like 50. See, these are all your people. I don't draw this.
No,
many.
not everybody.
55.
You got the Music Den, Evening Grant, Rich, Hi Music Den. That's your guy, Joe Darnell. Tommy Temper's my guy. Tommy's one of my boys.
Is that your producer I hear in the background?
But the producer is here.
Excellent.
Oh, no,
Good.
Joe going, I'm your cousin, Grant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joe's my cousin.
I'm so sorry, Joe, that I tried to adopt you into my family.
We're all one here.
It's just because of the whole thing. You got Rich.
We're Rich.
Rikia.
Yeah, Rich is a contrarian. He's on the Contrarians.
Okay, teach me about Contrarians, right?
All right, there's two channels. I've got this channel,
yeah,
and I've got the Contrarians channel.
That's the one I know. But what's going on with Contrarians?
Well, we just had a live show tonight at 7 o'clock. Yeah, we do a live show every Wednesday at 7.
Yeah. Okay, Wednesday at 7.
So Martin Popoff's there.
Martin Popoff, he's huge. He's like a book writer guy or something.
Yeah, he's an author. So he's on there too. And it's a whole big thing. Every Wednesday we go live.
Somebody told me I should get Martin on my show to interview him or something, but I don't know enough about him. Like, I would need your hand to hold.
Well,
so
you can all do it together. We can all do it together.
Yeah, that would be good. Anyway, it'd be nice to meet him. So,
yeah, we can get
how many books has he written now?
Oh my God,
lost count.
I've lost count. Tons.
Oh, and Rich has got a book come out. Rich, what's your book?
Rich writes poetry.
Oh, a poetry book.
Yeah.
I'm a poetry man. Remember that? Poetry man. He's a poetry man. That's Joni. Canadian legend. I'm from Canada. I'm out in Nanaimo right now, British Columbia, Canada. Born and raised. I got a sister who's American citizen in Colorado. She's in Aspen. She knows Tuesday well. We don't talk about it much because of, Tuesday, obviously a big celebrity type. Hi, Bip Bop Boom.
Hey,
Bip Bop, I got a record. I got to show a record for Bip Bop Boom.
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason I'm showing the record is we got PB Thel, the artist formerly known as the Vinyl Archivist. He's got his old name, the legendary name of PB Thel. He's a ripper from Sacktown Ripper, some call him. What is this? The Motors from KRRC Radio. The Motors, and they're on the label. This is what you call a gold stampy promo from the radio station. And Patrick told me, he says, Bip Bop will love this thing. Do you know these Motors, Grant?
I do have. This is a Motors CD right here.
Okay, teach me about them.
Well, they're like I just recently got this. Do you know oh my goodness. Kind of post-punk, I would imagine. I don't know.
Pub rock. You have a beer. You have a beer and listen to them.
Yeah.
Okay,
good pub rock
Roberts. Dr. Roberts says that the Motors are must-have, still cheap and all good.
Motors are must-have, still cheap and all good. Yeah. Well,
so how long have you been doing the Contrarians for?
Well, okay. This is my whole story, and people that know me already know the story, but I'll go into it.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, I used to follow Pete Pardo and Sea of Tranquility religiously. It was one of those shows that I really like. Okay. Yeah. Martin and Pete did a show on Fridays, and they still do the show. Where, welcome to the Funhouse. So I thought that was great. Martin had announced on his show that they started a show on the Contrarians, and they were opening up to Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this is awesome. Okay. Now, when I joined, they just started to open up panel discussions. Okay. Yeah. So I hit it right in the beginning, and I've been doing this has been like a year and a half or so.
Year and a half now.
Yeah. So anyway, the only reason I started my channel is because I had so many topics to discuss.
Yeah.
And the way they do it on Contrarians is that if you're a Patreon member, you can submit topics that they'll cover, and people get to vote. And every month, it's basically the Patreon members that kind of run it.
They call it. Yeah. Where you guys are going to go.
So, but I had so many topics, Rachel, that I thought, what am I going to do? There's a lot more I want to discuss.
You had overflow.
I had overflow. So I started my own channel. There are always 3 members of the Contrarians. One of the Contrarian members dropped out, so it was just Martin and Marco. They asked me to join in May.
Okay.
They liked what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I said, let's go. Let's build the empire. Let's do it.
Well,
so I've been doing it ever since.
You
doing both.
Well, here's the thing, Greg. You got one of the fastest growing channels right now. Like you're almost at 5,000 subs.
Well, man,
you're closing in on it.
Kind of.
But it's been quite amazing to see it go. But now I see a thumbnail. Have you been on screen or on camera with Pardo?
Yeah, I was on last month, and I'm going to go on the end of this month, and we're going to rank Night Ranger here at the end of the month.
That is going to kill you. The numbers are going to go crazy with that just because of the exposure on these big channels. Like I got a shout out from Michael 45. I tell people endlessly about drives my people watch my channel nuts, but I appreciate the guy doing it for me. It's very kind. And I grabbed like 800 subs like in 2 days. In 2 days. And Pete's got way more subs.
He's got 87,000, I think.
Clear. 84,000. That's unbelievable.
But he's been doing it for a long time, and he had the show. I think I don't know, but he's been doing it. Golly, maybe 7 years, maybe. But
time.
I mean, if you do it that long,
Well, you have to have something in the tank, though. Not just. Longevity is one thing. God knows there's people we both know that have been around for a lot longer than either you or I have, and they're still struggling to get that kind of following. I think Pete Pardo is really good. I'm subscribed to him. Sea of Tranquility is CD guy. He does rankings, as I'm not able to do. But he'll grab 40 Yes albums.
Yeah.
And go, we're going to rank Yes today. And you go, oh my God, he's got everything.
People
I bail on Yes around 1999, 2000, even though I saw him in concert around 2001, 2002. Well, once John Anderson went, then we lost Chris Squire around 2015 or so. It's a different thing. Now we've got, Hal running around with, there's Jeff Downs, but it's not what it was. Let's put it that way.
There you go. You're right, Zeb. I'm telling you, Zeb was incremental. So
look what Dave said. I scored subs at Delhi yesterday. See what he done there?
I see.
He's like that. He's a bit of a joker. See what he done?
Oh, here we go. Okay. DC Tune Time. You have to be engaging and provide compelling content. That's why you both are successful. Yeah. Well, thanks, DC. That's very nice.
Thank you, DC.
But Rachel and I do different things, though.
Very different.
Very different.
You fly straight and narrow and behave yourself, and I'm borderline getting kicked off of YouTube every second program. Yeah, today was rough. You should.
Oh, I missed today.
So glad you did. We had PB Thal in. And PB Thal, who's great, this is Patrick. And again, like he gifted me, I'm going to show you something that he gifted me. This is a really strange item. I've never seen one of these before, but it came today. It's this acetate. I've never owned an acetate before. And so it's like metal. And it's the weirdest thing. And it's a bootleg or something. It's acetate of the Beatles' Get Back on this custom record label, Fidelity, it's out of Pasadena, California. Custom recorded for Ken Koch, Koch, Ken Koch. And it's beat the hell up. I don't want to play it. I don't know what the hell I to do. My stylist. This is where maybe a Crosley would come in handy, where you put something like this on the Crosley
on there.
What would happen to the to the thing? Massey, have you got one of these acetates in your
here today?
Yeah, we got Norman Maslach.
Where's that? He's like I should get his autograph while he's here.
He's writing the latest comment from what I can see.
Oh, I'm enjoying this on mute while I play records. You need someone's.
Okay. That is hurtful.
Well, that doesn't sound very nice.
It wouldn't hurt you to give some attention to Grant and Rachel.
I mean, for God's sakes.
I met Massey just
I know what you mean.
We were in Vancouver. It was a lot of fun.
Okay. Oh, look, grab a stack of rock with Mike LeBrain. Hey, there he is. There, Mike Ladonna. Thanks for coming by.
Mike? You got to teach me all your.
He's got a show, Grab a Stack of Rock. That's his channel.
Is it about, I mean like rock records as opposed to rock?
They talk all kinds of stuff like Legos and it's hard to categorize.
It's scary and it's fab. You're absolutely right. Anyway, Grant, so you having fun with the whole YouTube thing? Are you enjoying putting out the content?
I do.
Hi, Carol.
Oh, there's Carol. There's the wife. There she is.
She's
in Florida right now.
Right in then. No, go ahead, Grant. I'm sorry.
No, I'm totally enjoying it. I'm addicted to it. I could do this all the time and not get tired of it.
Wow, that is good. That's high praise indeed.
Oh, this is what I meant. I don't know, but this is what I meant to do.
Well, you know, and you're good at it, obviously. Things are happening.
Well, I appreciate that. But I owe a lot to you, Rachel, because you had me on the show. Yeah. And you were able to let me promote. And I really started a lot of things. She's in Fort Myers right now. I'm leaving.
Fort Myers. Is that Florida?
Yeah.
It's Florida, isn't it? And that's not bad for a Canadian to geolocate our American friends here and there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I do appreciate you letting me come on because that really helped start things. And the thing is, we always talk about doing shorts, and we can talk a little shop here because we're all friends.
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything new, like on Facebook? Are you doing anything new? Or I haven't done any shorts for a couple of days, but you get a lot of, even though the vinyl community, not a big fan of shorts, but the shorts are not meant for the VC. Those are for other people. So you don't have to alert people that you have a short out or anything. But we were talking about that, months ago on how that was just a big thing.
YouTube got behind the algorithm. And so what they did is they promoted it like crazy. So there was a big push on.
Oh, we love the wax. He's not going to ruin it. Schnee, come on, man.
Steven, this is hurtful.
We're going to do a show. All right. Dig this real quick. Hang on, Rachel. Right. I know we're going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Going to do a show on jellyfish with Schnee, even though Schnee hates him, and the waxed. So stay tuned. I know. They're buddies.
Friends. They know everybody. Don't get upset. The Waxed and Steven know each other. They've met each other numerous occasions. Actually, the story about Steven Schnee, a lot of people don't know this. He was actually almost a victim of the Sacktown Ripper. Steven, he escaped BB Thou. So it was close. It was scary. It was quite frightening. But he knows. See, Steven, as you know, because you know Steven quite well. You guys have done a lot of
shows
together. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Steven's a lot.
Like an encyclopedic knowledge. You're very good too, by the way, Grant. But Steven's got this encyclopedic. It's an amazing gift, and he puts the effort in. He's written liner notes on a number of compact disc releases for different bands, different things. He likes all sorts of music. He's extremely knowledgeable, and he's humble about it. He doesn't go around tooting his horn or anything. Anyway, I'm a fan. Steven, I consider Steven a friend.
I love Schnee. He always says, "Oh, Grant, you know your shit too," but not like he does. I swear to God,
yeah,
the man's brilliant. He just remembers all of it.
Yeah,
I could throw him a band, and he'd go, "Oh yeah, I've got that."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
And he's got, this massive collection too. Now he's a compact disc guy. Maybe we can talk a little bit about that because
let's talk about it. Well, wait a minute. Before we do that, because you and I are just going to go on a tangent.
We're going to go all over.
Let's go back to YouTube, and I'm not going to.
Sure. Why don't you have sound? Why doesn't Grant have sound?
Wait a minute. Sorry, I hit the button.
Okay,
so what we'll do, thank you for keeping me on track. So what we'll do, let's talk a little bit about YouTube.
Okay.
You were talking about the YouTube algorithm.
Yes.
How's your channel been doing? You've been satisfied with everything? Anything that you're doing?
We took a long break. Here's the deal. Yeah, here's the deal. What happened with me is Sue and I moved from May Street. God, we lived on May Street in the 80s. Sue's right next door to me. My lovely wife sitting right next to me here. But no, we moved out of Sydney, British Columbia, Canada, a beautiful little coastal resort. We had a house there. We sold the house. We bought a double wide. Hey, Eddie. And what we did was we're in this double wide Nanaimo, British Columbia. It's the Hub City, they call it, midway on Vancouver Island. It's this big hunk of island that's northwest of Washington State, parts of Washington State. It actually dips below. If you look on the map, you can actually drive 2 hours. Like if there was a bridge, it would be like a 2-hour drive going north in the US. So we're we cut into the Puget Sound there kind of thing. Anywho, so we moved, and when we moved, we put all the shorts on the side. We didn't do anything. 3 days ago,
we did shorts. We had some.
I regurgitated a bunch of old ones that we had, multiple releases.
Well, we had enough to go through 6 weeks, basically, and then we needed to use older ones.
Yes. Anyway, so what's happened now is Sue's back producing them, and things are going. But I've noticed this: we don't get the views we used to get when they first came out. We got a lot of thousands, was very common. Now it's very frequent where we get 100 views on something, and it sits there and it just kind of does the dead man's float in the middle of the pool. Yeah.
I've noticed that too, that it seems like the shorts, I don't know if, like you said, I don't know if they've changed something.
They've taken the gas, they've taken their foot off the pedal a little bit.
So it's been like, and I don't know what's going to take off. I just throw it out there and see if it sticks. I mean, shorts aren't much. It's pretty easy to crank them out.
Yeah.
For me, it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, so I remember. Well, you do the one where you flip through them frequently, like, and it's just which is a very winning thing. People love that.
But it's okay. But it's a good way to get your channel out there. And the whole thing. I mean, Stephen Schnee and I talked about this too. The more you can get subscribers, and to look good, if you're trying to get interviews and something, it makes a big difference if you can go to somebody and say, "Hey, my channel has blah 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 blah." If you're trying to get some interviews. So, I'm just saying. Dave says, I often thought of removing my shorts. I wouldn't remove them, Dave.
That's a double entente. Hold on there. That's a double meaning, final community. Don't time out Eddie. Eddie got timed out. Can we give
I won't.
Eddie?
Nah, I won't. No.
Don't time out Eddie. It's Eddie Perez.
I don't think I've ever timed out anybody.
Well, somebody timed him. One of your people.
I
probably timed him.
Oh, I didn't even see what he said.
Sorry, Eddie, you're a victim of the bad timing out behavior.
Sorry. See, you're so good at watching the chat, Rachel.
Oh, I watch these chats. I gotta watch them.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, I think the algorithm has changed for that. But the whole thing is, Rachel, just keep producing content. That's all that matters.
I think it's what was said earlier. Who said that? They said put the engaging company, you do a good product.
DC Tune Time said that.
Yeah, DC Tune's right. I got my book of words. Do you have a book of words, Grant, with different people? Like they'll come in with their names, and then I write the name down so I can call them by the name, because sometimes that's friendly to do.
I don't
know. I have everybody written down. Like DC Tune Time, I don't have down. But sometimes I do it. Like Concert Buddy is Chance, for example. And
DC's Daryl. But
DC's Daryl?
Yeah.
Daryl, I'm writing you down in my book of words.
But Daryl's been on my show a lot. I got alert. I picked him up from Stephen Schnee's channel. We've done a lot of collaboration.
I may have gotten him from you or Stephen.
Could be. I don't know. So now I forget what I was going to ask. We were going to. Okay. So we talked YouTube. We talked the algorithm. Do you want to talk some CDs? Because I noticed you had a.
Yeah.
Oh,
because this coming. Well, I'm going to
look at that. We're the best. Wow.
Well, we're just having fun.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. This Sunday, I'm going to be on Progcat's channel. Jamie Cottle, Canadian kid out of Ontario, really good guy. And we call him the box set king. Oh, yes. What? Oh, yeah. Well, now my producer, I got a producer. You got a producer?
No, kind of. My wife's going to start helping me build the empire. So yes, she's my producer.
Anyway, I love the pro setup you got here with the way this goes and the graphics.
I can't do it.
Of what I do.
Rachel, my whole background, I studied at Ohio State. I did television production. So I did all that. And then I worked in graphic design for 10 or 15 years.
Yes.
It's everything that this is what's funny. And I've probably told this to everybody else. Yeah. Everything that I've learned over my entire life, I've been able to put into this channel.
Put into work.
And the music talk, all the worthless information, all my collections, my albums, all this came to this point to do this channel. And I think either it was meant to be, I don't know.
It's kismet. It's fate.
It's weird. It's very odd. I don't know. But yeah, it's all come to here. So
it's all here. We find ourselves here. Well, okay, so let's talk, because we do talk about CDs. CDs tend to get a bad rap. But recently on my program, this Sunday, I'm going to be on Prog Hat's show. He's one of the people in what we call this vinyl community. And he's fantastic. We love Edward. I've known him for a long time. You know, the first contest I ever did was Edward's, and I won. Or he was the first one I won something from. It was a long time ago. I got a Manfred Mann album that Edward's kind enough to gift me for winning the prize. Anyway, we're going to be talking with Jamie Cottle. They call him the Box Set King. Jamie's got all of these. These are the Steve Wilson remixes of the Jethro Tull catalog. There's a whole bunch of them. I just got a few here, but they're so beautifully done. And when they're all lined up in your shelf, I got 7 of them, so there's 3 more. But they look so nice, like a little library when they're there. And so it's just the Jethro Tull catalog. And they come in these beautiful sets that are combinations of CDs and DVDs. And this they're calling the Monster Edition. Just came out a few days ago. It came with a little card for some reason, just to protect it, I guess. But, you know, it's like 3 CDs there, another CD at the back with 2 DVDs, and then it's got 2 more DVDs there or something. It's just jam-packed with content, but they're so beautifully done. So CDs, they get a bad rap in the vinyl community, and I say that sometimes the way to go is the CD over above the vinyl, if you can believe it.
Well, think about this, and I think Mazzy's probably talked about this before. You know, he's talked about CD box sets, and he's probably talked about it on your channel.
Yes.
You don't get the same treatment on vinyl like you do on some of these CD box sets. You know, Rhino used to be the king of box sets back in the day. Now I don't think they hardly do anything. But look at those Jethro Tull ones. You can't get that. There's no vinyl equivalent.
You get vinyl, but it's not an equal thing. This is this is your bigger bang for the buck. And not only that, the records cost more. The records are going now. I'm in Canada, so our prices are all silly, America, but they go for Canadian $119 for the 4 records. And then and then this here, Super Audio CDs or SA CDs, they're fantastic. That's great. High res, fine detail, etc., etc. But this is just absolutely a beautiful way to go. You know, CDs are practical sometimes. Plus, I've got a Rega P6, so it doesn't have an automatic return like in the old days where it goes through and goes up and pulls the. I got to be attentive and go to it. That chair is very comfortable. That's my listening chair for music.
Well, this is the thing.
You know, I fall asleep and I don't want that. You know, I don't think my stylist wants that.
It's all about your equipment and the mastering. It's not about the medium. All the vinyl people get all worked up because it's not on vinyl. But if you've followed Steve Hoffman's site, he would master the vinyl and the CDs or the SA CDs to all have the same tonality. It doesn't matter what you're playing. I know it's all a cool thing to, you know, when I was a kid, vinyl was cool too. But when CDs came out, like in 84, 85, we were welcoming. I mean, we were excited, you know.
I just want to give
CDs are cheap. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. And my whole philosophy, everybody on my channel knows my philosophy.
You buy cheap.
Buy cheap. I bought all my vinyl in the 90s when it was all that $20 vinyl that I have were all dollar records back in the 90s. Buy cheap. And I can guarantee you, kids, you hold out long enough, the CDs are going to come around, because when that younger generation sees those and go, oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, look at that CD. How cool. There's music on that.
It's like
what goes around comes around, Rachel.
It's like aim high, shoot low. Now, here's the deal. Here's an example where the CD is far superior. Another example, where the CD is a better deal. Lou Reed, RCA Arista Vinyl Collection. You get something like 7 records or something in here. You got a nice little book, you know, that comes with it. And then it's got this insert. By the way, I'm not a fan of these type of inserts. You know, they're more trouble. But it tells you what you get in here, right? So you get 6 albums. Transformer, great album, right? Walk on the Wild Side. She's So Vicious. Berlin, Rock and Roll Animal Live. Coney Island Baby, great album, by the way, underrated. Mm-hmm. Street Hassle and The Blue Mask. Okay. But when you get the CD equivalent, you get so much more. So much more. And Larry Graves, I want to give a shout out to another Canadian, the Canadian Studmuffin, Larry Graves. He bought the CD version, and it really does blow the pants. You listen there, Dave Pickup Artist. It blows the pants off. It blows the pants off this thing. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, your mileage.
It's still nice to have.
Oh, there, Wyoming. There's Dave. Hey, Dave, how are you? It all depends, but I wish people wouldn't get so hung up on the medium. I know it's great to look at the record, hold it and shit, but really, Mazzy's totally right. It's all about the music. But I like vinyl, don't get me wrong, but it's just
my point is just simply, let's not be too tunnel vision and exclude something because there's exceptions to the rule.
Right.
Now, being I'm a boomer. I'm born in 1958, right? A long time ago, 1958. My God, I'm 65 years young and not getting any younger. And the thing is that my generation, it was cassettes and it was records, right? That was the way to go. 45s when I'm 13 because I can't afford to buy an album. And you only had a shot. And there was no YouTube. You couldn't play test anything. You'd roll the dice and you hope like hell that when you bought an LP, there'd be more than one song on it that you liked. Mm-hmm. Then enters the Beatles, right? 1973, the Red Album. I'm 50, and now the Beatles, since I'm born in 58, I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. Now, I don't remember this, but my parents say, oh, yeah, you saw it because your grandfather was there, who's from Liverpool, and he hated the Beatles. He goes, I can't understand what they're saying. He's Liverpudlian. He can't, because it was the type of music. Yeah, music, right? Hi, Pat.
Hey, Pat.
Pat's super good. I've met Pat a couple of times. Meeting people in VC is a fantastic thing. Grant, have you done any meet and greets with any of the fellow vinyl community people?
No.
Oh, you got to do that. It's fun.
I have not.
Do you have anyone you'd like to meet? Other than me?
Well, you, of course.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Okay, I've met some of the people on Contrarians,
Yeah, well, that counts.
That counts. But there are vinyl people over there too. So
yeah, well, music people is at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, I've done that. Yeah,
but we come through. But it was a really big deal in the old days. See, I watched a guy named Ron Beaudry who has a channel. He's a really good channel, good guy, and he used to show all these records. And I go, my God, I had that record once upon a time.
Yeah,
and I had that record, and then I'd watch him, and then bit by bit, I just damn it. I didn't even have a turntable because I'd gotten rid of it when the CDs came in. Got rid of all my vinyl slowly but surely. It was like, this looks like the future. So, and how much room you got in your house? Okay. Oh, my records do scratch. Oh, those CDs don't sound scratchy. Okay, that's perfect. We'll get the perfect sound. Then you learn later, oh, well, there's compression, Rachel, and other issues. Oh, okay.
Well, there's compression on all of it.
Well, there's compression on records too. And there's good compression and bad compression. And bad compression. There's good and bad. There is good and bad. Excuse me, I got to sing. In everyone, we learn to give. Anyway, it's a little musical segue there.
That's nice.
Now, so you get this stuff. You get the records. And so I thought it was superior. Got rid of my record, got the CDs. Then eventually got rid of CDs because Napster came along. Oh, this is great.
I never fell for that.
I did. Because I said, oh, this is cheap, right? Oh, I want a song. Name a song. What can I think of? Is that out there? And sure enough, oh, Brown Eyed Girl. Boom, there it is. Okay. And it was very simple. And then then YouTube comes along, started watching Larry Graves, my buddy Joe Mayo, the Beatle guy. I love Joe Mayo. And so I started watching those guys first. And then I discovered Mazzy. And then that opened up to this vinyl community thing. And but then I saw Ron Beaudry and he started showing the records. I went, oh, I got it. And I bought records. I had 3. I went up, bought Close to the Edge. Yes, my second favorite band of all time. I bought Electric Warrior T-Rex. And I bought Led Zeppelin Volume 4. I didn't even buy the Beatles to begin with. I went with those 3 records. The first 3 records I got, followed up by Harvest. And then I went and bought the Beatles stereo box. And at that point, the mono was still available. I did not know that the mono was a short-lived thing, that they were going to go, LimeWire. So then what happened was I got the stereo box. I said, I'll get the mono later. I never did get the mono. Now,
I got
through crawling by hook, Grant, I've been able to get about 80% of the mono in my collection now. I've got most of them. Mm-hmm. There's about 3 or 4 monos from the 2014 edition reissue that I'm missing. I'm also busy buying up first pressings UK Beatles. This is my band. They're my favorite thing. What do you got there? You got a Vox amp.
It's a Vox amp back there.
Yeah, it is a Vox amp.
Was asking, so there you go.
Is it a TC? Is what do they call it? The AC10? AC
well, what I've got's a Vox Viscount, 1966.
Yeah.
But so is that how did you decide that one day you're going to start a channel? I don't know the story behind that.
Oh boy. Well, this is a story Norman Maslow hates me recounting, but unfortunately I have to do it. And it's like pulling teeth out, but I have to tell the story. It's Mazzy. It's only all Mazzy. Norman Maslow. His ability to tell a story. Again, these channels, right? He's got about 30,000 subscribers now. Yeah. Back then he maybe had 10,000 or so when I stumbled across Mazzy. I don't even know how many he had. But his ability, and I started watching, this guy's really entertaining. Then I very quickly learned he was a fellow Beatle fan. In fact, it was probably a Beatle video he had done that drew me in. His ability to communicate, and I was so drawn and so inspired by him, I said, I got to try my hand at this. I very quickly learned I'm no Mazzy, and there's no way I could match him in the presentation of, all right, let me hold one up here.
Well, you can't always, it's just, everybody's got their thing.
UK first pressing, by the way, just got it.
Very nice.
And I bought it off Patrick PB Thal. And it was so kind of him because he was going to put this up for auction. I said, what do you want for it? I need this album on my collection. And so he gave me a price. It was fair. I said, yeah, I'd love that. And bought it. But so I realized I'm okay at doing that kind of thing, Grant. But then I said, I don't like editing and taking the time, like this beautiful background.
I have to do it. I cannot not do it.
Yeah,
I can't just. Everybody that comes on my channel knows I'm like anal retentive. It's got to be like a television. It's got to be like a television production. I can't. Okay. It's just the way I am. It's my training, so it's got to be a whole thing. Yeah,
I accept that because the whole hobby is anal retentive. Let's see the A's. Okay, we're going to put Alice Cooper. Is it Cooper, Alice Cooper, the guy? Is it Cooper C for Cooper, Alice Cooper? Or is it A for Alice Cooper Band? I think we'll just put them under A. And you organize, you put your little dividers in, and then you put the covers on, you slit, and you organize. It's totally anal retentive. Then you're on Discogs. Let's see in the Dead Wax. I got to see, this is a TLC copy. Okay, this is a club edition. Okay. Oh, hold on. That label's slightly different. The word is under the spindle is a little I here, but it's a big I here. That's a different. Okay. And it's all anal retentive. Right. But it's fun. So Mazzy was so good at doing the thing. I said, I'm going to go do it. Then I realized I was lazy at the editing, even though I too am very anal retentive. Mm-hmm. And then I discovered the live stream thing. And nobody was really doing it on a frequent basis when I did. So it was a big opportunity. And I jumped in there. I used to do 2 shows during the day. And then we got her down to one show. Welcome, Billy. Billy's got a record store. Oh, anyway, so that's what really did it.
Welcome, Billy.
That would have been 3 years ago. I think I entered like January 8th of 2020, something like that, when I first got on the internet. But my new channel, Rachel's Ghost, the old one got taken down for a bunch of reasons. Really, one reason, I think, we had too much sexual content. No sex.
No sex. If you know Rachel's channel,
please, it's a part of important.
There's no sex. So
exactly, Grant. So anyway, I started the new one, and I was called Rachel the Music Man because transgender, male to female, transsexual. I know that's very offensive to some of you. I'm so sorry. But anyway, so the thing is that so I call myself Rachel the Music Ma'am. because there was a poor transgender person at a GameSpot trying to come in, go, you sure call me ma'am. And it got kicked out and it became a kind of a viral thing. So I thought it was kind of humorous and I said, I'll take a kick of myself here. You got to laugh at yourself a bit.
Oh,
and
sure.
So I call myself the music ma'am. That's ma'am. You call me ma'am. And then, but when the channel got taken down, I came back. I said, okay, well, that joke's gone on a little long anyway. And I thought, well, I'm dead now, but I'm coming back. I'll be a ghost. So I'll be Rachel's ghost. And that's the channel name. That's why that's there.
Oh, Ernesto. Best part of this stream is that nobody's complaining and arguing. We don't argue over here. No. It's all about peace and love, people.
We're about the music, man.
It's all about the music over here. That's
we're in the music. It's all we want. It's all we ever wanted. So because of the live stream, what I found, Grant, and the nature in is that, like, I don't think my brain is, I'm also like probably ADHD or whatever they call that, at the high attention deficit
or something.
I'm just moving around. Yeah. High def. And I'm running around all the time. My brain moves fast. And so I go, I'll talk about things that are going on in the world. And so I mentioned that, and I like, this is very important that I mentioned this. I like Donald Trump. Just so anyway, considering subscribing, please unsubscribe now. I will only offend you and hurt you deeper. And so as a result of that, you get people with disagreements. Massey comes, Rachel, you're crazy. You're a nut. You go, I love you, but you're an absolute nut. And then I go, well, I love you, Massey. I'm sorry, I'm a nut. I'm taking crazy pills, as Wax would say. And so it goes, Grant. But it's fun. We have fun.
I don't get political at all. I mean, everybody, this channel, well, it's all we talk about is music over here.
Yeah.
But like I said, all of our channels, everybody has their thing,
I'm a Piscean. I'm a Pisces, Ruth Ann. I'm not Aquarian.
Man, for God's sake.
I'm a Pisces. My part of the body is the feet.
But anyway, I just want to, before we go on, I want to give a shout out. If you haven't checked out Rachel's channel, the link, well, it's right up above, but you can search for Rachel's Ghost and pops right up. So please subscribe, give Rachel some love.
Yeah.
The fact that she came over here into the warehouse and is shooting the shit.
I'm in your crib.
This is awesome.
It's a step up, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, bull.
It is a step. Look at this beautiful environment he's crib at. Isn't it something, producer?
Yeah.
Can we hire somebody like that to do something over on the Ghost TV show to make it cool like that?
I could do that, but that's a lot of work.
Ours is pretty bushly. But
anyway, everybody's got their thing. Me, I'm just that anal retentive that I cannot not. It's got to be a whole production. Skills. That's all.
Chicks dig guys with skills.
Well, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, so Grant, now are you one of those people that, because I brought a lot of my people over. My people is your people, right? Tu casa, mi casa. So what's happening up with the whole with your bands? Like I said, my favorite. I'm one of those people going to do it. I go Beatles number 1, Yes number 2, Led Zeppelin number 3. Those are my top 3 bands.
Well, here we go. This is my thing. The Beatles are the number 1.
Okay.
It's always been the Beatles.
Yes.
You can't. That's the ultimate. That's way I gauge everything. Yeah. I'll never do any Beatle content on my show because everything's been done to death. What am I going to add? And I don't judge anybody who does Beatles, but everything's been done to death. Everybody who follows me knows I'm trying to follow these bands that no one talks about.
Yeah.
Just like we did a ranking of all the April Wine albums. Who else talking about April Wine? Nobody. Cheap Trick.
I like those bands.
Yeah, I like them, but no one's really talking about them. And
that's true.
John the Music Nut and DC knows what I'm doing. But I'm trying to hit on these bands. I mean, we did a Peter Wolf episode. Who's talking about Peter Wolf for God's sake? Oh yeah. There you go. BM Bolt. We did a show on the GTOs.
Yeah.
But is it going to get
Pamela DeBar?
Is it going to hit it out of the park as far as views? No, but you're doing like a niche. I'm not out to get views. I'm just out to talk music with my people.
Yeah.
I don't really have another outlet to do that with. So the internet and everybody that I've met here, Well, you know what I'm talking about. It's an outlet to talk music with everybody, you know, and it's a great outlet. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's good. Mine is more problematic. It's more prone with problems. I mean, the one thing that I discovered that was difficult for. Oh yeah, I saw the Georgia.
We did Georgia. Okay, here we go. Everybody's telling me. See, I can't remember all the stuff that I've done. DC, we did the Posies, the Wondermints. Yeah. Stephen Schnee was on the Wondermints, and we did Enough's Enough. I mean, for God's sakes, those aren't going to.
The only one I've heard of is Posies. I've heard of the Posies. The other ones, the
Wondermints. Did you ever see Brian Wilson when he was touring like Pet Sounds and Smile? Did you ever go into this?
No, I have seen the Beach Boys twice play, but
so when Brian Wilson goes out, his backing band is the Wondermints.
Yeah. The groove is in the heart, John.
It is. Yeah, we did. It's true.
Bootsy.
Oh God, that's so great. Where is that? I can't see that. You're so
John,
looking at. Oh, I got to scroll. Things are going through. Yeah. John the Music Nut and I did a show on Delight. So who's talking Delight? Nobody. But, you know, just filling that void.
Yeah, but it's fun. You know, here's the thing. I wouldn't even do. I just do what the hell I want to do. So if I want to do Beatles, I do Beatles. If I don't want to do Beatles, I won't do Beatles. I'll do whatever's interesting me because that's why we go off music, because sometimes I'm listening to music, I'm talking to music, watching music videos. You know, I watch some of the big channels like Trash Theory. I watch over in the UK because it does a lot of stuff. Trash Theory is very good. I watch Yesterday's Papers a lot. They're very good. You know, I watch these kind of things. Kajagoogoo.
I did a Kajagoogoo episode, but Schnee and I did I haven't edited it yet, but it's in the pipeline. Schnee and I did Donnie Iris. It was so much fun. Holy crap. Zab, what are you talking about? What's next, Grant? Ace of Base?
Oh my God. I saw the sign.
I don't know Ace of Base.
I saw the sign, the Swedish group.
But Kajagoogoo was a good episode. Did you do one on the Monkees? No, but I want to because I love the Monkees. I've got tons of Monkees vinyl. I've got a mono Birds and the Bees and the Monkees on.
Oh yeah. I don't know if mine's mono. It might be
an original mono pressing, which is I should sell that dog now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not a great album. You know, I think my two favorites from the Monkees are the debut and More of the Monkees. Those two. Are the best one. Yeah, I saw the sinus.
Look at this. Is it true that Loki has the pulse on VC's success? Is that true?
Well, you know, he's got his own angle.
All right, Schnee, I will be in contact. Mark my word. If we're going to do the Monkees, let's do it. Yeah, but I love the Monkees.
Yeah, well, see, I'm a boomer, right? So like 1966, that was a big thing when the Monkees debuted. It was to be my age, born in 58. When things happen in the 60s, like you got I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, F Troop, you got all these incredible shows that are all kind of geared for kids. I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, The Addams Family, The Munsters, Batman, The Green Hornet, all these things are going. Get Smart, right? Hogan's Heroes.
It's all happening great era. At the same time.
And into the mix, they throw the Monkees because the Beatles hit big. Manufactured Band, Davy Mick, right? What is it? Davy Mick, Mike, Mickey. You know, Mickey Dolenz, Davy Jones, Mike Nesmith. My favorite of them was Mike, but he was like the Lennon.
I was the Peter Tork guy.
And so they promote the Monkees, like coming, you know, on NBC, the Monkees are coming. And so you're all excited. You're a little kid. And the thing that really, because I was a kid into comic books, the thing that really attracted me is when they were in their monkey suits and they flew off the balcony. I go, holy crap, they're super monkeys. So I wanted to see it. So I watched the debut. And I watched the episodes, all of them. But then 1969 or so, they did the concert. They started getting serious. They did this concert film. And it wasn't Head. It was this live action thing. The girls are screaming. It was black and white. I remember the flash. Well, maybe it was in color, but my TV was black and white. And I didn't like that because I was a kid still, right? And this is a thing. Even the 60s, even though I knew who the Beatles were, I like Snoopy and Charlie Brown, like the Royal Guardsman Snoopy. I like that more than Beatles because I'm like a kid, right? Well, Snoopy, give me Snoopy. I love Snoopy.
See, I missed I was too little to watch the original run on the Monkees, but I watched it like when it was 68, 69. I was totally loved it.
Okay, well, what year do you debut on planet Earth?
65.
Oh, okay. You're not too far away then. That's pretty good, man.
No, I don't tell that to everybody, Rachel, just you.
I know, but you look like, I mean, you're so young looking. Listen, Grant, here's the deal, man. You're doing something right. I don't know what it is.
I don't.
He's got beautiful
skin. Old as shit.
It's got a gentle glow. But the thing is, Grant, is that 1965, you debut. I believe that's the last year of the boomers. You may even be a boomer. I don't want to tell you this, but somebody's got to tell you. Maybe it's best you hear it from me. I think you might be a boomer.
I don't know. I'm right at the tail beginning. I say I'm a Generation X. But
okay. Well, I'm not going. Your secret's safe with me. Now, listen, you people. Everybody, you got to swear an oath of secrecy that Grant is not a boomer. Okay, he's Gen X. Please. And he's born in 1975. Please.
65.
We're saying 75.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
75. I believe there's a slip of the tongue, Grant, out there. It is 1975.
All right.
Yes.
People keep mentioning Monkees, so we're head. I think Pisces is the. If we're gonna, I don't really do ranking videos very often.
We're gonna rank Monkees?
Well, I think that Pisces is the best record, and I think Head's number 2, and then Headquarters. I think.
Oh, you're way sophisticated.
Head is a perfect. What a great record! Holy shit, that's a great record.
Sue, go over to that thing and grab my Monkees collection. We're going to go live with the Monkees. The Monkees are in there. They're under the letter M is for Monkees.
That's right.
My M's should be there'll be an M, so you pull one out. Yeah. It might be over on the far
here we
side.
go. No, a bunch of LA Hollywood heads. Yeah, whatever.
Listen, Norman Massoff from San Francisco.
You sound like you like the Monkees. You have Monkees albums.
Yeah, over on the left side. And down, right about there. Go dig in there and pull one out and see if it's an M, a letter M.
That I think we talked about that before. Yeah, we both graduated in 83.
Okay, it's the letter M is for monkey.
Pisces is the only one I like all the way through. Then greatest. Oh no, there's so much great stuff. See, I knew Yeah, Maslow loves the Monkees. I know that. Okay. Oh. Porpoise Song is a masterpiece. Think about that, Rachel. The opening the album Head with Porpoise Song. Well, it's a masterpiece.
I like Flipper. Come on, Sue, and I think they may be over on there.
Your producer's slow.
Well, she's very busy with a lot, so she's very.
I'm just giving her credit.
LMN, yeah.
This is like being in a cave.
It is an assignment from the pit of hell.
The only ranking that I do, Zeb's doing that in 1975. We're going through every year and ranking our favorite tracks from every year, but that's kind of fun. But I don't think I've ever really done like a ranking video on anything.
I'm so sorry about this. My producer, I've sent her on an impossible mission to go through my crazy organized record collection.
Did the Banana Splits follow the Monkees?
The Banana
on Saturday?
Like following on the TV show, I always remembered the Banana Splits as being like after school, like about 3 o'clock or so.
See, I saw them on Saturdays when I was a kid.
Fines on the outside.
Oh, they're on the other way. Sit in a chair and look at them, and they all work for you. You're looking at them the wrong way. I know, because I know what I'm doing with them.
Wasn't Manson going to be a monkey? I don't know. Did he try out? I think that's urban legend.
There is a thing that he did try out. He was one of the people that went in audition for
it. She looks like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
and it does.
Really annoying.
Once you find one monkey, you'll find a bunch of monkeys. There's a whole bunch of monkeys living together in there. You're doing great on the Grant.
You're doing awesome.
Grant's Rock Warehouse. This is fantastic.
That's right. We're at Grant's Rock Warehouse right now.
Did you find some monkeys?
Let's see.
Okay, that's a good one. Now this is an interesting.
Right, let's see it. Now, which one is that? The one, the misprint? Is that a?
No, I don't have a misprint. I've got two.
One.
I got, and here the kids are on the back, but this is the Cold Gems. I don't have my Monkees together. Aren't my Monkees all in a barrel? Remember that? Did you ever have a barrel of Monkees?
My cousin, when I was a kid, she had barrel full of Monkees, the 2 record set.
Well, there's a barrel of Monkees that was actually a barrel and a toy.
Oh, I had those too.
Together. That was a toy.
I'm talking about the Cold Gems barrel full of Monkees 2 record set from like 1970 or 71.
Yes. The Monkees was on Saturday morning. Reruns. So Banana Splits.
That's when I saw them.
In the reruns. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, this is not Head. Not to be confused with Head. This is Headquarters.
Oh, yeah. See, that's a Canadian pressing. So,
It's Canadian.
Well, is it RCA label?
Hang on. Let's see. I got all sorts of Monkees.
Because I don't.
This is Cold Gems. Hang on. It says Cold Gems on it.
Okay. I thought they were like an RCA in Canada, but that might be.
Cold Gems.
Okay.
There's a
Oh,
US.
I see. Someone's like colored in the logo or something.
They're playing with it. It's somebody, you know. I take my Monkees however I can get my Monkees.
Hey, Psycho, there's nothing wrong with Dynaflex. I like Dynaflex.
Yeah,
all those Dynaflex records were virgin vinyl as far as I understood. Yeah. And so what if they're flexible? Most of those sounded great.
I have more Monkees.
So I'm all about Dynaflex.
There you go. RCA Victor, this looks Canadian.
Yeah, see, that looks like a Canadian one.
This looks like a reissue.
Yes.
Certainly. And I'm not sure. Probably a stereo. No.
Mono?
Oh my God.
Oh, look at that mono.
Oh my God. You know what this is? Look at this. It's flimsy as hell. This might be UK or something.
Well, someone may know that, but weren't all the Canadian
this is a UK.
It's UK. Those were all fold downs. Right? Someone who knows. I'm pretty sure the Canadian pressings were fold downs from the stereo. Yeah. And I know some of the European. Oh, look, there you go. Well,
yeah, this is also UK.
Stereo or mono?
This is UK as well. And this one. Oh my God. Oh, come on.
It's mono. It's a fold down though. But that's okay.
Well, it still counts.
It still counts.
Gee, it's still rock. Look at this one.
That's good. Yeah, the Pisces album cover is great. We did a show on the Contrarians at 7:00, and someone said that and we're looking at the best albums.
Yeah.
With the worst covers of a band.
I've got
and Pisces, they're masterpieces as far as I'm concerned. Someone said, "Oh, that album cover sucks."
That's bullcrap. Yeah, can you grab that one too, producer?
I
just wanted to show that Grant. We've got Monkees. We've got a whole galaxy of Monkee albums.
I've got 2 copies of Changes.
There's a green one called More Monkees. There's more Monkees. Don't give up on the monkey hunt. And there's a metal one in there for a head. You've
got a Cold Gems head?
We're going to find out.
Moon
Martin, not Moon Marty.
I got some of the original. Remember when they reissued them? You remember when Rhino was getting into the monkey business and they were putting out, they reissued all those? I was like, that was like a breath of fresh air, because usually when you went through the bins, and I was trying to find monkey stuff back in the day, most of those Monkees albums were played to death. It was hard to find anything in good shape. And then when Rhino put those reissues out on vinyl back in the day, what was that, 86, 87, 86?
Was maybe it around 87? Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
Okay. Yeah, this one. Now, this is my second favorite Monkee. More of the Monkees. This one, my cousin had this one back in the 60s. And I remember playing it over at her place. Now, this one, let's take a look. Oh my God, what is this? Let's take a look. Oh, look at this flimsy. This is UK. Ooh, that's nice. That's pretty. Holy smokes.
I haven't opened it, but that's the instant replay box set.
Oh, look at the folding, the UK style, lip, the fold up.
Yeah, I love that.
They call those things, yeah. And it's all, it's like a flexi thing. But anyway, another UK. This one says mono COM 102, stereo COS 102. So it may in fact be another mono. I'd have to look at it's a COM, it's a mono. Holy crap. This is in mono, kids. Wow.
I was
I didn't realize my Monkees were that good. Head should be in there, so it's a silver.
Hang on. You want me to get out my big, massive Monkees book?
Okay, Massey, you're starting to become very. I'm sorry, I'll talk to him, Grant.
No, you're right. He's getting me worked up.
Massey, do not hurt Grant. Okay, this is ridiculous. It's just hurtful to Grant. I'm sorry you had to go through this, Grant.
I don't know what you're talking about. What happened?
Well, he's saying, my friend's got a big book. Grant's got a big book too.
I got the big book.
Show me more what you got there with that thing you showed. That was very pretty. Your Monkees were prettier.
Yeah. There you go. That's my favorite. More of the Monkees. I was thinking it was called GH2. Oh, okay. That's fine.
This is a very good album. Yeah.
I even like the album cover, even though they're in like J.C. Penney attire, and I know the Monkees were all
okay. Full disclosure, I had this belt. I had a belt with the little square gold brass square on it, like that, totally the same. More of the Monkees mono, kids. UK. Wow. Have you found my shiny head? I've got a shiny head in there.
Wherever it is, it's not with the rest of your.
Well, it's just as reflective as head. Okay.
Yeah, it's just Mickey Dolenz out touring, but hey.
Yeah.
I did see him several times. I saw him in '86, and then I saw him later. They played the Zoo. It was just Mickey, Peter, and Davy, but it was like, God, did they like tour like in the '90s? Maybe, probably.
They see Mike was the one. Mike was always reticent because Mike had a big hit in 1970, 71. He had a hit with Joanne. Her name was Joanne. And of course, different drum for the Stone Ponies. Linda Ronstadt was his.
Oh, yeah.
And, he's a very talented musical guy, very talented. But the stories those guys tell, I mean, it's really cool when you see the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, and you got Mike Nesmith sitting over there, sitting down next to Lennon, having a chit chat. I just think that's kind of a very cool scene, right? Someone stole my head, just Steven. Anyway, producer, thank you so much for attempting to find my head. It's in there somewhere, Grant.
They did. They played the Zoo. What about the Run-Out Groove reissues of the Monkees?
The Run-Out Groove reissues?
I don't know. I'm not sure what that is.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Here we go. Schnee saw the final show featuring. Oh, nice. I was thinking about going, but then I didn't know Mike was in such bad shape.
Yeah.
You know what's great? Do anybody have the Headquarters CD box set? They put out 2. There's like a 4 CD box, and then Rhino, like a year ago, put out another one.
Yeah.
And Mickey, when he harmonizes with Coco, like, Midnight Train and all that. Oh my God. That is worth the price of the box set. Mickey and harmonizing with his sister.
So Coco's going to be called upon more now because of all the things. It is kind of weird being a Monkee with a sister named Coco, though. It does. It lends itself to some unintentional commentary, perhaps.
I know what I was going to do since we were talking about it.
Okay.
What did I say? What is
that?
Oh. Well, I'm going to do a review on my channel, but I thought I'd open it.
It's an unboxing.
This is from Crap. It's an unboxing.
Okay. Well, don't Massey hates unboxing.
He does?
Do it quickly. Just do it quickly, and you may not notice.
It's fine. I'm going to unbox it and do a review of it. This is a craft recording of REM.
Oh.
Collapse.
See, I don't know that REM album. When did that one come?
Well, that's like the last one or second to the last, I think.
Okay.
But I've got a lot of the original pressings of all the REM albums anyway. But this is the craft recording one. I don't know if anybody's talked about these at all, but
see, this is interesting because REM's another one. See, that's a band that I have on CD. I've got Monster and Document, and what else do I got?
I got original pressing of Monster and Automatic for the People, and Up. But a lot of these later ones, I don't think you can find them as much. But This has to sound better than the CD because you know the CD is brick walled. You know, this must sound better. Oh, wait a minute, here we go. Okay. I got that RM. It holds up better than it did when it came out. But do you have this, the Craft pressing Mazzy? Just curious if how you found it. John, I saw Mickey in the mall once, but I didn't say anything. Bunch of people around him.
Yeah. If there's a bunch of people on him, then you can't do much with it. You know, you don't want to get in there. You just kind of go, oh, shit, too bad. You know, I would have liked to, but you just kind of admire from afar.
Oh.
How about you, Grant? Do you know anything about this?
I don't.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, live 69. Oh, it's a record store day.
I'm going to just, oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure it is. I'm sure this isn't all brick walled, and I don't know unless the master tapes were that way, but
that is hilarious. This is like one of these Wikipedia cut and paste. Do you get this on your channel much, Grant? I get it all the time. Well, read Zeb is the last comment there. Zeb's got it.
15th. All right. Collapse Now. Okay. Well, there you go.
Collapse Into Now is the 15th and final studio by the American alternative rock band REM.
No.
You know.
Well, I'm just curious.
What year is it?
If I only have my glasses on, I don't remember.
Yeah. Peter Buck.
But I love REM.
Even Sean Howard, did Coco pass? Is Coco passed?
I don't think so. No, Coco's still alive.
Coco, well, is he saying in the past tense? Okay, it's
I don't think that's true.
2008.
Okay.
Thank you, Zeb.
Thanks, Zeb. Zeb, we always can count on Zeb for that.
It's really good for that. He's good for providing links and stuff.
So, Rachel, are you going to do Record Store Day? Because I know the list just came out. Did you? Yeah. I don't know if you've talked about that on your channel or not.
We did. We covered it briefly. I looked at it, and Record Store Day for me, it loses a little luster. You know, Grateful Dead seem to be coming out with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of live albums with Record Store Day. A lot of the studio albums have been pressed, licensing, all sorts of stuff. Mm-hmm. So they try and get what's not licensed. So you get a lot of picture discs. The Cure has been coming up over the last few years. Every Record Store Day seems there's a Cure album. It's a picture disc. Cure is great, but picture discs, not so much. And then the other thing they do are live concerts. They go, here's the Ramones with another live concert. You know, their discography is not the biggest in the world. Excuse me. And then they come out. And so a lot of live albums, a lot of picture discs. But still, every now and then, there's a reissue. And you go, oh, I'm so glad I got that. I think the last big thing I got from Record Store Day was this studio albums, the Sire albums, 81 to 89. And so even though these are generally not regarded as the greatest that they had, you know, it's their later stuff. Still, there's some great pop. The Ramones were great at pop because Joey loved the pop. Johnny, not so much. Johnny Ramone, you know, he's more the rocker. But Joey, and I love Joey, the sensibility. I love that song, Danny Says, We Gotta Go.
That's a great song.
It's such a catchy little thing. So I do like the Ramones when they do more of their pop edge of stuff. And you know, and it's so sad when you see those first album covers with Tommy and everybody there, and they're all gone, and you just go, my God, where did my life go? You know, how is it that these guys are no longer with us? You know, and there's cancer taking a number of them out. And then, you know, in the case of Dee Dee, of course, some other problems there, but, you know, but yeah, it's a real thing. Grant, how do you handle the whole idea of all our rock stars getting older, that there's this passing of time? I mean, you look at the Beatles, half of them are gone. My favorite band, Paul and Ringo, are both in their 80s now and advancing through them. You know, it's like Ringo's 83. They turned 83.
Well, did anybody see there's a recent post that's popped up on Facebook of Robert Plant, like in the middle of the street talking to some people. I guess it was just recently or the last couple of days. And Robert, it just seems like, holy crap. I mean, he really is looking up there.
Yeah, but, like an age. Yeah, he's looking elder.
I think Robert Plant kind of aged poorly, though. I don't know if it was that rock and roll lifestyle or I don't know.
There's that. I've talked about this often on my program. Just that poignant scene in The Last Waltz. Mazzy actually was there for the concert, and you got Robbie Robertson. They're over at Sonny Boy Williamson's. He's got his harmonica at the part. He says, "Oh, he's spitting blood into the bucket, playing his harmonica." They're all liquored up, and Robbie talks very somberly. Of course, we lost Robbie just recently, a couple of months ago. And he's saying, Robbie Robertson's saying, the road's taken a lot of people. And he says it in such a somber tone of voice. It's quite interesting, right?
Did something happen to Chris Christopherson?
Okay, they were saying it on my program today. Let me look at this quickly just to confirm. It may be one of these death rumors, but it may be true. Chris Christopherson. We'll get the truth of it. No, he's still with us. Born in 1936, because Wikipedia is so quick on these death things. Also, if you do news, you just Google Chris Christopherson news. Radar Online says he's 87, facing final days, getting his ducks in a row. That's not a major. This is news that's from Radar Online. So, I mean, he's 87, so he's certainly getting up there.
But Rachel, are you a fan of the Bears? The band The Bears?
The Bears. Well,
Adrian Ballou's band.
No, I don't know Bears.
Well, recently, Chris Ardusser, who was the drummer, just passed away. He's also in the Psychodots. But the Bears were great. And there's a lot more than just the two Bears albums that came out in the 80s. There's like 3 other Bears albums. But if you like Adrian Ballou, I mean, it's like power pop goodness.
I follow Adrian. Yeah, I follow Adrian over on Instagram. He's very active on the Insta. 13% of my stream dies.
What does that mean?
What the hell, man?
That doesn't seem very positive.
That seems very frightening. It makes me not want to show up over there, producer. She's going to have a hard time getting me over there.
Here we go.
There's a psycho dots.
Yeah, I know. DC, we should do that.
Wow.
I did reach out to Rob Fetters today, though, who is the guitar player for that Psychodots and the Bears, because he and Adrian were like both playing guitar in the band. I'm going to try to. He's going to have a new album come out. I'm going to try to see if I can get him on my show.
Okay, now you're getting me interested. So, have you interviewed like any of these rock stars or anything?
Eric from the band Flowerhead, I had on. Okay, but I've had Scott Byron on my show, who was the gentleman who worked as a A&R rep at Zoo Entertainment. He's the one that discovered Matthew Sweet. After Matthew Sweet was dropped from A&M after the Earth album, Girlfriend sat on a shelf for a year and a half.
Yeah,
and it was just laying there, and he's the one that got Matthew Sweet signed to Zoo. We wouldn't have the Girlfriend album if it wasn't for Scott Byron. It's a fascinating interview. But it's not like
I've got
Prescott Niles. We did. Peter Kerr and I interviewed Prescott Niles of the Knack. We had him.
Oh, wow. The Knack. That's fantastic.
Love the Knack.
I've got the Good Girls Down. I got the, one, My Sharona, the big one, but their main guy passed away. Terry's a rocker. Look at Terry there.
I know.
Well,
like Chris Christopherson there for a minute. I thought that's what it was.
I thought that, but it's Terry. He's a punk rocker from Toronto. He's like in a band. He was in a band in the 90s and stuff. Terry's a very cool guy.
But Prescott Niles, fascinating story. When he was a kid, you have to watch it. Go on I was like over a year ago we did it. When he was a kid, he hitchhiked to Woodstock. He was at Woodstock.
Okay.
And he hitchhiked, and he said that the way he was able to get into Woodstock, he said he was a member of Santana. He lied, said he was in the band, and he got into Woodstock free. But yeah, he's hitchhiked there. The stories that Prescott Niles from the Knack have is just unbelievable. The life that guy's had. Amazing.
Stephen, you're not dead. You're still alive. Stephen Schnee, please.
What did Schnee say? What's he trying to do?
Well, he's just saying he's one of the 30% that are gone.
Oh, for God's sakes.
That's not true, Stephen.
All right, DC, we're going to do that. So I've got it right here. So we're going to do that. I've got Feder solo stuff too. It's great.
See, yeah, this is stuff, I haven't a clue about. This is
where I don't even know how many thumbs up we have, Rachel.
Let me, well, I don't watch I'll give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
I'll head over and give it a thumbs up. Hi, Mike Jazzbum.
Everyone in Woodstock, yeah, well, pretty much. But I mean, this is before I think they opened things up. What day did Santana play? They had to be pretty early, knowing who they were.
See, that's another one where we lost. Like, what was the main guy, Flieger or something?
Doug Feiger.
Doug Feiger. Yeah, and he was great. He's, the Knack guy.
Do you ever hear of the band called Sky from the early 70s? He was in a band called Sky. They put out 2 records. The albums were produced by Jimmy Miller.
Okay.
Check them out. Great stuff.
Yeah. Fly makes me think of this Canadian thing that happened, or Sky. There's a Canadian duo called Sky in the 90s.
Schnee, the band Sky? I bet you he does. He'll come in here and say he does. Omnivore did a great release of the early Knack. They did like a couple of things. They did a thing of demos, and they did a couple of shows that were recorded like at the Whiskey A Go-Go back in the day. Great stuff. If you're into power pop, for God's sakes, I love the Knack.
Now, have you ever been to places like LA and New York, some of these venues like Greenwich Village, where all that happened, Tin Pan Alley, or maybe over into LA, the Whiskey A Go-Go Sunset?
I've never been there. But when I did the 80s tour, we flew out to LA and then we took the ship from there, but I didn't have enough time to go see anything. So no, I would have loved to have seen that. Here we go. This is a sore subject. Stephen, did you air Ski Lodge this week? I did not see it. Well, there were some technical problems. Oh no. There it is. Knocked off by bad internet on my end. There you go. Here we go. Sky was a prog. Well, no, I wouldn't say they're prog. They're more like the Rolling Stones kind of thing. Sky. Oh, that's a different Sky. This Sky's U.S. No, different band. The only.
He's doing the Canadian Sky.
Yeah, it's different.
Are you talking about the Canadian Sky? There was Canadian Sky.
Yeah, this is U.S. Sky.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Doug's brother was Kevorkian's lawyer. It's true.
That is wild stuff. That is crazy.
Wow, look at this. L.A. is a complete shithole. I went there for the first and only time. Wow.
I loved LA. I've never been to New York. My son's been to New York.
But I've been to New York.
LA I loved. LA was a fun city. I enjoyed it a lot.
There's a lot of there. See, I have the 2 Sky albums on CD. I knew.
This is Steve.
I knew. Of course he's got them. Of course he does.
Yeah, this is typical. Very typical of Steve. Crimes will work out that and take over that could be classified minimum concern. Nobel Prize, ahoy! Oh yeah, we've been toying with more of a nautical theme on the live stream. The kids seem to like it. Yeah, I've also Grant. We interviewed Joey Callio is my new hero.
Okay,
I call him a phrase from 7 Horse and a group called Data, and they
Data, yeah. They put 90s, out some stuff. 90s.
Yeah, 90s. They're kind of blues-based rock. They had a hit with a thing called Disneyland, spelled kind of funny. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Joey's just the nicest guy. They're backing up. He's in Portland, or he's headed Portland, and they're backing up Collect the Soul for a couple of nights there. And he's just a nice guy. So I interviewed him. I got Terry Draper from Klaatu, the drummer for Klaatu, on the show.
I watched that.
And I'm getting a new guy coming in for the Record Collector News, which is our friend Jim. Well, I got stuff all over the place here, Grant. Can you just take this for a second, producer? This is the latest issue of Record Collector News. Jim's a good friend of ours. But what the hell am I showing this for? Okay. Oh, yeah. So for this magazine, I'm going to be interviewing Brian Bassett from Foghat. And he was in Wild Cherry, played that funky music, White Boy. He's the guitar on that. So I was watching the old Midnight Special, and Brian is on that, playing guitar with the Wild Cherry. It's just crazy. And he was also with Molly Hatchet in the 90s for a while. So I'm looking forward to doing him. And then Nick Tronic, my friend Nick, got me in contact with a couple that are out in somewhere near you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're big Devo fans. Forget the name of the band. But anyway, they're getting together with me. And I'm going to interview them probably next week. So they're called Fantastic Plastics.
I think I've heard of them.
Well, I think they're out in your part of the world.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I might have saw like a UCD or something. I swear to God. Just the other day. Today, in fact.
Yeah.
Wow, how weird is that?
It's a small world, and this rock and roll exists, and jazz. Let's not forget Mike from the Jazz Bumps, our jazz friends.
That's right.
Are you a jazz guy at all? Do you have jazz? A little bit. Do you have any in your collection?
I like Billy Cobham Spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I like Jeff Beck Blow by Blow. I like Wired. I like Take 5.
Massey,
I
saw sunlight today. Sue and I, we went out to a pancake house. We went to a pancake house. We're out in the sun today.
Someone in the peanut gallery today. They mentioned pancakes.
Yeah, we have pancake or peanut gallery. You call your chat. I call it the peanut gallery because they're always throwing peanuts at the people on camera, causing trouble.
CD Junkie episode in the making.
See,
the Farmers Boys. I've never heard of them.
I would like to do something with you and Stephen Schnee and the Rob That Wax character. I think that would be a fun show to do.
Oh, yeah, it'd be good.
Pick a topic, one that I can do. Too much in this vinyl community. I'm always seeing the horsey and the ducky. The rest of you are seeing things in the clouds like Michelangelo and, special.
Is there an issue with you going outside, Rachel? It seems to be a hot topic.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with Massey. We walked all over in Vancouver. We were outside quite a bit. Listen, Massey, I live in a frickin' Taj Mahal double wide trailer. Look at this. Am I going to leave my beautiful music room? You haven't even seen the TV room, Massey. A 65 OLED high def 4K TV with a 4K Blu-ray player in there. 4K.
Why would you have to leave?
Definition. It's audio file for filmographers.
I bought 3 Klaatu records. OG Canadians. Yeah. What a great band. All thanks to Rachel. Oh, I love Klaatu.
Yeah. Calling on.
I've got all that stuff on. Well, I've got the vinyl. I've got actually the CDs and the vinyl of all that stuff. Yeah, that was a good interview.
Yeah, he was fun. It was a lot of fun. But I like you, Grant. I like talking to people and getting to know everybody. And I think that's always fun, right?
It is fun. But it's
Folks,
fun.
Make sure you're giving Grant a thumbs up on his TV show here. Get lots of
thanks. Appreciate it. And please like and subscribe and check out Rachel's channel if you haven't.
Yeah, check
it out. I think a lot of your people are here.
If you're Republican. Now, the great thing, the Republicans, but they're all in disarray right now. We weren't going to go into it, but they're all in disarray. But the point is, I want to say that I got Massey and all my peanut gallery balance it all out because they all go, "You're nuts, Rachel. You don't know what you're talking about."
Hey, Star. Nice to see you.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is if you're a liberal, you can actually survive on my show. But, be careful because I yell at people on my TV show a fair bit. Well, no, producer, I do. I've been warned about it by the producers that don't yell at your peanuts.
Here's Johnny L.
Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny L.
Hi, Johnny. I had to yell at Johnny
today. Man, thank you. Holy crap, look at this.
We got a dono. They got dono.
I like donos.
$5 dono.
Thank you.
Dono.
Thank you, Mr. Maslow.
It's for the children.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. For the children.
I love that. So can you give Grant a dono?
Yeah.
Okay. And write a little comment on it. Say, we're doing a great job, Grant. Something like that.
What is this? How can she? Oh, well, hey.
Well, no, Sue comes with me wherever I go. I bring her with me. I never leave her. We're joined at the hip kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right, Terry. I did do a great Power Pop show Friday.
Who'd you cover on Friday?
Oh, I do every week. I do 2 hours where I play music, and it's just about getting everybody in the chat. It's like what Schnee does, only Schnee talks. I don't talk. I just get in the chat, and everybody just chats, and we just listen to the music. Yeah, so we do 2 hours like every week, though, Terry. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it on Friday. I think I'm going to do it on Saturday at 1. So
Saturday at 1.
But yeah, every week I play music, and I've been doing a lot of power pop lately. Sometimes I'll do like an 80s show or a 70s show, but I can't monetize any of that. It's just that I can play this stuff and hopefully turn people onto stuff that they haven't heard.
Yes.
That's all it's about. Hey,
look at little Johnny's next comment. See, this is what happened to him. At the yellow. You got carried away. Yeah. Nice. I like the avatar, Johnny. That's a cool avatar.
Star. I still have a turntable, Ernesto. Star, though, is one of my viewers that's followed me. She's like one of those ones that follow me from the beginning.
Is she what I call a real girl?
She is a real girl, and she has my dog's ripping up something. She has in their house like a Kiss. You've heard people that collect Kiss memorabilia, right?
Yes.
She has unbelievable collection. Her and her husband, like their whole basement is like plastered. It's amazing.
Okay, now Sue, you just sent you gave him a stupor sticker, but the point is you didn't put a little comment on them to go, gee, Grant, thanks for hosting Rachel. Or do you have Rachel as your friend?
Little fox with the love heart I thought was in there.
Yeah, well, that's
I'm
great.
not sure what this
but
means.
You could have
What's
at least, if you had done just a donut, then you could have done the thing. Give him more money and put this time, write a little note to Grant. Go, we love you, Grant. Something like that.
It's fine. It's okay. Grant's polka shows are off the charts. DC, we have not tackled polka yet. But I'm thinking about doing a lounge episode, lounge music. You like the lounge?
Yeah, I've been through a few lounges. We're talking about CD, what do you call them? Dives? Where you go into a lousy bar and it's dark and moody and they got the red fireproof chamois on top of all the tables. You sit down there and it's just a lousy gin joint. And you sit there because they've got an atmosphere all their own. They've got their own charm.
Recommend a few current prog bands. Current ones?
Oh, yeah. Mark Kopernicki, Project Gemini. It's as current as you can get. He's got a new album coming out.
Wait a minute. What is this? When you shut this down, I'll go live with my Power Pop show. Schnee, I don't know why you don't do a Power Pop show. You do this damn ski lodge thing. Open it up. Play some Power Pop, for God's sakes.
Very hurtful, Stephen.
That's hurtful.
Yes.
He's starting to sound like we're on your channel now. People are getting to me, trying to attack me.
This is what happens. Exactly, Grant. You're minding your own business. You're trying to run a nice little show, and then it becomes all this.
That's true. But this is true. Star does not like the Kiss song, I Was Made for Loving You. That is true. It is. She does not like that.
Well, that's more the disco Kiss.
I was busy getting infatuated with Mazzy's Replacements video.
Infuriating. He's actually very temperamental, Loki.
Why is Loki? What is going on?
With the thing. He's got cat.
Look at this.
Oh, he's very temperamental. You got to be very careful with Loki Teal.
I've never seen so much negativity in ever my shows.
He's very furious.
DC, I'm going to do some lounge.
By the way, Rachel's Ghost viewers, please subscribe to Grant. Okay, let's get the guy 5K. He's going to be there in a week anyway.
Well, maybe.
Hi, Dr. Funkin.
Kind of slowed down. Grant, here's a good quote. Grant, the best advice I can give you is keep up with the good content.
This is from
Thank you, Ernesto. I appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you because you're always help. Oh, God, look at all this.
Thank you, Johnny.
Wait a minute.
Thank you, Johnny.
Screw CDs. They should do a download card. Like in record?
That is jauntist.
Some of them do that. Don't most new vinyl, almost of the new vinyl that I've ever bought have a download card.
She's got a stage played guitar. Star has.
What is this?
Ironic.
Shut it down before you are absorbed. Oh my.
What?
Into the vapidness of the Rachel live stream.
Oh, before it goes downhill, it becomes like my show.
Vinyl and download card, no CDs. Oh, it's a good doctor. Holy crap.
What? We got a doctor in the house.
the good Dr. Funkenstein. Where have you been? You haven't been on any shows lately. Where have you been, the good doctor?
We need you.
How can I do these shows without you? For God's sakes.
You know, the doctor's saying,
I thought maybe something happened to you, doctor. Talk about, I already have stage play guitar in Atlantic City in 2 songs.
This is cool.
Oh. Wow.
Lace gun.
Here we go. So, wait a minute. Never buy records as an investment and worry about future value. Again, Mazzy's 100% correct because everything is going to switch around. That's why I always tell you to buy low. Don't think so much about the medium. Think about the music. That's what's important. Go over to Steve Hoffman's site. They'll tell you what CD sounds good and what sounds bad. It doesn't matter what the medium is.
Don't kill the messenger. Okay, so now, are you a Kiss fan yourself?
I like Kiss, yeah, but I like the original band. I'm not so much into later stuff.
See, my favorites are Dressed to Kill and Harder Than Hell. And Mark Kapernick, who I mentioned, are these guys at Project Gemini, does prog metal stuff, but it's so good. If you like prog, you'll like it.
Maslov's on fire tonight.
Okay, don't stop it, Massey. There's just no time. Now you're dragging the whole show down with this naughty, salty language. This is not acceptable.
It is all about the music. People should get over the medium. It just drives me nuts. Grant, wait a minute.
Oh.
Wow, I like it when I get Grant inspires me to do more, but then I don't because I can't equal the quality. That's bull crap.
He's very
I hate it when you say that.
Grant, with your special purpley backgrounds and stuff.
That's easy. That took me 10 minutes. He could do it too. It's not like any of this is hard. Oh, wait a minute. Working too much. I'm more available now. More free time. Okay, well, I expect you on Saturday.
The Contrarians are here. The Contrarians are here, Grant. Your Contrarians are really here.
Oh,
it's all true.
Yeah. Hey, Marco. See, there's a Contrarian.
Yeah, well, Contrarian Marco. This is the one. This is one of my favorites.
Hotter Than Hell's my favorite too. Now the thing is, with Hotter Than Hell, it sounds horrible, but there's something about the sound quality that I think enhances it.
Magic.
It's almost like a garage rock thing. But I think if you look at the songs on Hotter Than Hell, I think that's the best.
Eddie, don't you have CDs, Eddie Perez? Eddie's Physical Media Talk. You're Eddie's Physical Media Talk, so you gotta like to have compact discs.
Oh, see, that's Eddie needs to just get over it.
Yeah.
It's all dumb. Buy low, Eddie. It's more fun. It's all about the music. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get back to. Yeah, Mazzy, I love your CD videos. The thing about Mazzy's channel is that he's like an equal opportunity employer.
That's right.
He loves vinyl, but he still has a heck of a CD collection, and he didn't get rid of it.
I'm telling you, but I got a whole thing full of CDs, and I got all my jazz over here. I'm going to give. They call it Vinyl Community Love Train. I'm going to give some treats over to Johnny Al, some jazz. Because I don't listen to all of it. And so Johnny would like it more than me. Johnny loves jazz. So we're going to get him some of that.
We should do like a show where we like look at CDs, but we talk about CDs that really sound great. Compared to vinyl counterpart. Because there are a lot of like DCC and audio fidelity. There's a lot of great stuff that sounds great.
I've got some amazing CDs that sound so good. You just go, I can't,
Those early Mobile Fidelity silver ones before they futzed with anything. The Young Bloods, Elephant, what is that? Elephant, help me. Brain problem.
Elephant Walk.
What's that Young Blood CD? Elephant something.
God. The Young Blood?
The Young Bloods.
Come on, people now. Smile on your brother.
Mazzy knows what it is. Mazzy, what's that Young Blood CD on
the
Mobile
Young
Fidelity?
Bloods, Elephant Mountain.
Elephant Mountain. There you go. Thanks, Marco. That is a wonderful sounding Mobile Fidelity CD.
But now are you saying the Young Bloods, the same guys that done listen to what the flower people say, those guys?
Yes.
Wow. If there's a song you're singing.
Well, what is that song? People
Come on, people now.
That's them.
Call on your brother. Everybody get together. Gotta love one.
But Elephant Mountain came out, what, 68, maybe 69? It was produced by Charlie Daniels. That Charlie Daniels band. Elephant Mountain, great record. That is a 5-star record, and it sounds wonderful on the Mobile Fidelity, the silver CD from back in the day.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I think we should do a show on CDs that really sound great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great stuff.
There's a couple that I swear by that blew me away, that surprised me so much when I put them on. I go, oh my God.
Mazzy. Yeah. Talk about, get any of the RCA Bowie CDs. They're not futzed with. They're like flat transfers. There's hiss. And all that RCA Bowie stuff sounds great, but and it's hard to kind of find the CDs of them, but all the the RCA Bowie CDs sound great. If you can find them out in the wild, get them.
Okay, but here's what's weird. Matt's is saying skip the Rycos.
The Rycos aren't any good. The RCA, the ones that came out in the 80s.
RYKO.
I mean, they're okay, but they're not as great as the RCAs. Yeah. It's all on Steve Hoffman's site. That's all you have to do is go over there and look up something. What's the best blah, blah, blah CD? And, it's all over there.
Yeah.
I look for early CDs made in the 80s before. Well, there still was DDD then, but I don't know.
Your mileage varies. There's just some really solid sounding CDs that just are amazing.
Well, Eddie said some of them sound great. A lot of the older ones sound pretty good. I think some of the ones later on kind of got jacked up. Here we go. I got 2 of those RCA Bowies, Ziggy and Hunky Dory. Yeah, they sound great. Hunky Dory is another one that sounds really good on the RCAs. Very warm sounding, very natural. And, as CD technology has gotten better, the converters have gotten better.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned earlier, the problem is when they were, push them through the gate. And then, so the loudness wars went on around, 2010 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they got really, and then everything lost all that beautiful definition,
right.
And you want that space in them.
Well, I'm just curious because I don't have I don't really have anything to compare it to. Like if you look, let's say you buy a Taylor Swift album. I'm just using it as an example.
Hypothetical. Yeah.
Okay. Hypothetical. And you get the Taylor Swift CD and you get the Taylor Swift album.
Yes.
Which one's going to sound better? Is the album also going to be brick wall to death too? I'm just curious. I'm never going to listen to Taylor Swift, but I'm just saying let's
never say never. Let's never say never. You never know. She could come up with something that really speaks to your heart. Maybe you have a situation where there's a guy that you're not happy with and you want to tell a story about it.
True, but I'm just curious if it's not an audio file record, mastering.
He done you wrong, and you got to tell the world about how you're feeling about it. That's a Swiftie type song album.
Oh, Terry, I've got a story for you. Yours is REM Document. My first CD. I don't know if I've said this on your channel, Rachel. I might. This is great.
Yeah.
I got first CD player in 84. Okay. It was a Sony, maybe it's 85. I don't know. Do you guys, anybody here remember the Sony D5? It was a small portable unit. It was a little bit bigger than a CD, but it was expensive. My dad got it. I went to Music Land in my hometown, and they had a CD section that was probably, I'm going to say, double-sided, but it was probably 3 LPs wide.
Yes.
And most of the stuff was all imports at that point. There were no USA pressing plants yet. But my first CD was Duran Duran Rio. West German pressing. That was my first CD. My second CD was Hall & Oates' Big Bam Boom. And that was on RCA, but it was the original Japanese pressing. Those are the first 2 I bought. Another first one I bought was King Crimson Beat that was on the Target label on Warner Brothers. So it was that Target.
Yeah.
Anybody know? I've talked about that before. But yeah, that was
you know what my first CD was? No. My favorite Beatles. So it's a Beatles CD. I held off, even though they were out. I didn't buy them. I waited till the Beatles came out on CD because I resisted going in. And then when the Beatles surrendered and they came out on CD, I had to go get it. I went all in. As soon as the Beatles came out, the first one I ever got was Sgt. Pepper.
At that time, they were all in the plastic. They didn't have any, they weren't in the cardboard long boxes like in 84, 85. They were all plastic.
Mine was the long box cardboard.
Here, DC, wait a minute, where'd he go? Shit, things are flying through. First CD's XTC Skylarking. Yep, that's a good one.
Great album.
But it was exciting then. But Rachel, I remember being in line waiting to get those first Beatle CDs because there was a CD store in Grandview, Ohio. It's in Columbus called what was it called? For the Record. That's what it was called. Oh, but it was just all a CD place. It was ironic, but they were like one of the first CD stores in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
And early, but they did like a midnight. They'd open the store up at midnight. So people were around the corner waiting to get in there to get those Beatles CDs. So I got all four, because I did 4 at a time. So I got all 4.
It was exciting. It was an exciting time for Beatle fans to get the collection in there. And then the Past Masters came out a couple of years later, 88 or so. They came out.
See, I swear early CDs were way more the new ones are a lot thinner. If you look at those old Polygram, those big thick, the ones that have silver all the way to the spindle, those are durable. But now everything's cheaper. But everything's cheaper. It's just the way it is.
Yeah,
I still have all the Beatle long boxes if anybody wants to buy them. But some of those CDs, well, if we talk Beatles, we can talk Beatles, but a lot of those first CDs, like the first 4 in 87 didn't sound very good. But I'll give you this. The White Album sounds great. Magical Mystery Tour sounds great. Pepper sounds great. All the later CDs in that 87, 88 era, there's some good ones. Some of those people think that those are better than what came out in 2009. Yeah. It just depends.
They were fine. They had mono as well.
Yeah, but those I've got the mono box set, the CD box set. Those sound a lot better.
Oh yeah. Records on cereal boxes. Well,
I remember
the fidelity.
You remember those cutting them out of the cereal box?
Yeah, we had them.
Yeah, they had like Jackson 5. I remember the Monkey.
Yeah, I think the Monkees were on there too. Yeah, I think there was a Monkees one. Johnny Quest, the cartoon Johnny Quest I have. But that was on vinyl. That was actually a 45.
But Mazzy, didn't you think Beatles for Sale sounded horrible? Ugh. They really improved it. They must have pulled the wrong tape or something. It's real muddy. But I'm not sure if Beatles for Sale is one of those Beatle albums that really has. I mean, that's not one of the better sounding Beatle albums, right?
You know what's amazing though? I've got a mono. I've got a UK first press mono. And then I picked up just recently. This is crazy, Grant. I walked in a store down here in Nanaimo, British Columbia, and I pulled out this 8-bell, and they had a stereo yesterday. I mean, Beatles for Sale for about $40 from it was like a 1974, 75 pressing, something like that. It sounded amazing. I took it home for Suda play. It played clean. It was like a brand new record. It played maybe once or twice. Whoever owned it really looked after it. The sound was incredible. So warm and rich. And it was really a beautiful sounding.
What's your thoughts on all those 80s? Remember, well, I've got some of the later versions of the US catalog that were on the purple label.
Yeah.
The the later rainbow label. Yeah. Some of those are Wally pressings. Those, if you can pick any of those US pressings up on the purple label, I don't care if it's a Wally or non-Wally, pick them up because they sound a lot better than the original pressings in the 60s.
I mean, there's a whole story about, how the US market treated the Beatles catalog versus the Canadian market, how we treated them up here. So there was like, you had guy Dave Dexter or something down the state. He was a jazz guy. He was born in like 1915. So he was so old. By the time the Beatles show up, he just hated it, called it kids' music, wasn't into it. But Wally Truggett's a Canadian engineer that cut his teeth here in Canada, moved down stateside, and worked for Capital US. And he's highly regarded. All his stuff is very highly regarded.
I do have a good I bought a used copy of Long Tall Sally, the Canadian pressing.
Yeah.
I mean, the album, the first, the Canadian pressing sounds phenomenal.
Yeah. It's the Canadian press. They were more true to the British thing because we had a British born guy that came up here and represented us up in Canada for all the Beatles releases. And so he was very friendly to them. So Capital Canada actually embraced the Beatles before US Capital did. And US Capital gave our people trouble about it, the suits, saying, we're not back in this band. What are you doing? We want you to slow things down a bit on this. We're not sure we want to go with this. And VJ, of course, got the first album, Please Please Me, right?
Yeah. Hey, John, those first CDs, those Hendrix ones, the reprise ones, if you can get the first pressing, they aren't no noised. They've got hiss, but you have to get the first one. And it's the DACD versions. I'm just giving all kinds of information out today, but I've got those. They sound great.
Yeah, but Wally Truggett stuff, the Purple Label ones, I've also got a John Lennon live in New York from a 72 concert that sounds really good. It came out in 1985, and that's a beautiful press. And I think it's a Wally. It's on the Rainbow label. It's not on the Purple. And boy, it's a nice for a live recording. I'm surprised at the fidelity of that thing. I should give that a spin again, actually, because it surprised me how good it was. What blew me away totally is the Canadian press of Beatlemania. We had UK that got it as With the Beatles. America got to Meet the Beatles. Canada we got Beatlemania with the Beatles. Same basic album in all cases. Some songs switched around. Same cover idea with the four faces of black and white on the black background. That Beatlemania with the Beatles, what a hot record. You put that on and the energy that comes off it, you realize why the Beatles were such a great little rock band. There's so much energy on it. It surprised me when I put it on. It starts off with She Was Just 17, away you go. The party's underway. Really good.
Porky Prime cuts are things to watch for. The Joy Division stuff he did was great.
Yeah.
I've got a Wally cover. You remember Capitol? All right. Remember when Capitol in the 70s or the early 80s would put out these truncated versions of like Beach Boys albums? They renamed Beach Boys Today Dance, 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 and they'd eliminate cuts.
There are tons of Beach Boys stuff floating around like that with these alt covers and the like. Yeah.
It's just crazy. Well, they reissued all that stuff eventually. Because I think those later pressings that came out on Capitol and they had the Rainbow label, like, God help me, when was that? Those are supposed to sound really good. I've got like a couple of them. They sound really great. But I was going to say, I've got a Wally cut of an April Wine album, Nature of the Beast. It's on that green label. Oh, yeah. I think they took off Crash and Burn or some track, but the Wally mastering for that, even though you're missing maybe 2 tracks or something, his work on that, I mean, anything you can find that's any of those Capitol records with a Wally, man.
Yeah, Wally Truggett's the guy. And it'll have Wally written in the Dead Wax Kids. Yeah, the other thing, like you're talking about April Wine, I saw them around 85 or so. Johnny Winter backed them up. And Johnny Winter was fantastic. I loved him. Blues guitar, screaming blues, electric blues slide. But then April Wine came on, and I was kind of ho-hum about the whole idea of seeing them. I went, April Wine, how good is that going to be? They blew me away. You forget that these people that are playing music for a living, this is what they do. And they went on, they had the audience in their hand. They were so good, Grant.
Yeah, I saw them in 79 when I was a kid. Harder, Faster tour. I've told this before. The ticket was $5. Like one of my first concerts my folks took me to. I couldn't drive, but it was April Wine opened. No, wait a minute. No, yeah, it was April Wine who opened, and then the Scorpions played next, and that was the Love Drive tour. Then Sammy Hagar was the closing act.
The Red
Rocker, which I think it was the, what album was it? I can see I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, the ticket was $5.
Yeah. Do you have your stubs from all that, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few. I don't have, like AGK is a channel. He's got tons of these things in a big binder. He really saved them. I've got a few of them. They're loose. So they just kind of, I keep them in a little box and I pull them out and look at them. Yeah. But they were cheap back then.
Non-RE, but they're all the DCC CDs. The CDs are pressed by Sony back in the day. Those are the ones you want. What is with Ernesto and Yoko? He won't leave Yoko alone.
Well, some people don't like Yoko.
I don't know. Yoko's okay. Here we go. Nirvana Nevermind CD. You got to get the first pressing without the last hidden song. I got 2 of those and they sound awesome. After they figured about the forgotten hidden song, they recut them in millions.
Huh.
Well, how do you? All right. So how do you I can't say it. Differentiate.
Yeah.
Words are hard. Sometimes.
Well, it's getting later now, right? It's getting late for you.
We're going to have to wrap this dog up.
Yeah.
How do you find a first press? How would you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. How do you know? How can you tell? Look, I guess you got to go in the used section, just flip through and find a CD.
Well, there must be, but there must be something in the where it was pressed, or God, I don't know. They pressed a bazillion of those.
Yeah,
you can't get a bottle of water for $5 at concerts now. No, you get a beer at a concert, it's $11, $12. Oh, Bill's looking for it. Oh, here we go. Found the Glenn John's Get Back mixed bootleg. I'll come back. Apparently, John leaked it when it. Oh.
Yeah, it's Glenn John. People talk about, of course, the Let It Be. It went through so many different things. It's kind of interesting when you look at the Let It Be session. I bought the original book. Massey and I were over in Vancouver at Neptune Records, the home of Nardwar. Massey and I met Nardwar, which was very cool. And of course, Susie Q. But what happened was I bought a first press in Canada. We got the book. America, you guys didn't get the book. You got a nice gatefold. Didn't sound that good, mind you, sadly. But that we had the Canadian, we had this book with it, but it's called Get Back on the book. It's not called Let It Be. The book is called Get Back. The album was called Let It Be. So I've got a first Canadian press with the book, and then on the box, and I've also got a first UK pressing of Let It Be. So latest addition to the collection, actually, Let It Be.
I will say this, John. It's not like my parents were cool, but it's not like they dug April Wine of the Scorpions. They didn't like it. They liked Lawrence Welk, but they were. I wanted to go, and they were good parents, and I had great parents. If I wanted to go to a concert, they are very supportive, and they drive me before I could drive. So I was lucky there,
Yeah. How old were you when you went to that? When they took you
13.
Oh, wow.
And my first concert was Foreigner Double Vision tour in 78.
Okay. Yeah. See, my parents would never. The first thing I saw. My buddies were way ahead of me going to these concerts. I never had any money, for one thing. They all had like paper routes and doing chores. Like my friend went out and worked with his dad, who was a gardener. So they had money. And T-Rex came to our place in 74 in Victoria, played 74. Right? This is crazy. T-Rex, but already Mark was getting into, drinking a fair bit. The band was pretty messed up. Wasn't the best show for them.
Well, if you look, it's funny, Terry, if you kind of look back at those Lawrence Welk episodes, there's a lot of cool stuff, though. If you watch like the guys playing guitar, they'll there'll be like segments where they'll like be two two of the band members playing guitar, playing back and forth. You just kind of have to look at it. But when you're a kid, you're not.
Yeah, first-rate musicians. I mean, the musicianship is always solid with these veteran performers, even if it's not our cup of tea, right?
Wait a minute, Harry's got something. Hate to admit it, I have a Lawrence Welk signed 78. Well, what's wrong with that? That's cool.
78's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that at all. But yeah, there's Jesus, a lot coming through.
Yeah, I think one of the first I saw was Trooper 77, but I saw it a lot. 77 really kind of opened up. I saw a lot of stuff in 70. I saw Rod Stewart for the first time in 77.
Kiss in London, Ontario, 77 Love Gun Tour. It's Cheap Trick opening. Yeah, Cheap Trick opened for them a lot. Oh, here we go. Ramones, end of the century tour for $2.99. How cool is that?
Wow.
I never did get to see the Ramones. They played the Newport here in Columbus, Ohio many times. I kept thinking, well, they'll be back.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know everything was going to end in a tragedy. I wish I would have went and saw them. God.
Well, yeah, I mean, just part of that history. And of course, they were famous because, you hear Johnny Ramone say, yeah, we like to do 25 minutes like the Beatles did, and then we're done. That's it. Play it fast, get in and out, 3-minute song.
Oh, here we go. Terry saw Max Webster at his high school.
Kim Mitchell and boys.
Didn't Max Webster play a lot of high schools, though, back in the day? Of course, did a lot of bands like back in the 70s?
They totally did. There's a great interview on the YouTube with the Stampeders, another band, one of the first I saw, again, 77 or so. Got the ticket stub from that. And Stampeders started to say, we're in Philadelphia. We're at the, what do they call Spectrum in Philadelphia. We're playing this big venue. 2 nights later, we're in Calgary. We're playing a high school. We're in a gym at a high school. We just finished playing the Spectre. He goes, it's just absolutely bizarre. But this was what it was like being a working musician in the 70s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gig's a gig.
The industry has changed a lot, right?
Well, I saw a video on YouTube. There was a Go-Go's playing in like 1981 at a high school in California in LA, but they're just playing a high school. It was pretty good.
So you saw the Go-Go's 81 sort of thing?
I didn't. No, I just saw there was a video on YouTube of them playing a high school in LA or Pasadena or something.
The Go-Go's went huge. And I remember because I bought Rolling Stone magazine and they were the cover story on it around 1982 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they do. There's Harry, you got a good point. We did a show on April 1 where on my channel, we looked at all the albums and then we did a ranking at the end. It took a year to do, but April 1, the thing that's really great about April 1 is that when they do a cover of a song, Miles Goodwin totally reinterprets it. They aren't going to make, 20th Century Schizoid Man's kind of, that's a rockin' version of that, which is great. But most of the time when they interpret someone else's music, they kind of revamp it and do it,
their own way.
Well, like that Tell Me Why cover really doesn't sound like the Beatles at all.
No, they aren't trying to sound like
it.
But they had this whole crooner thing. I used to walk you home. Now I walk alone. What am I supposed to when you won't walk with me? They did all that schmaltzy kind of thing. And they did that with Tell Me Why. Their version of it's kind of schmaltzy that way.
Mm-hmm.
But they were a great band. I loved when they got the combination of the Rolling Stones. I Like to Rock, Something Like a Hot with Day Tripper. They got the riff from Day Tripper, and then they throw in God, what the hell is it? The Stones, Satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
So they combine those two.
I Like to Rock.
Yeah, I Like to Rock, Something Like It Hot.
That's a great song.
That's just a rocking little tune. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No one cares about April 1 anymore, though.
Do you ever see it? And we'll wrap it up because we're coming up on 2 hours here. But did you ever have any of Known Names play your high school?
No, but there was a band called, I remember they played like my middle school. I don't know if they were a local band, but it was a band called Moon.
Oh, Moon? Huh.
They were kind of like a big deal in the Central Ohio area for a while, but they played like my middle school and everybody really didn't,
Yeah. We had, for my school, the big
Dan,
band.
come on.
the two big bands we had were related because, well, it was one band. It was Sweeney Todd, but they came through with Nick Gilder, the original singer, because they're from Vancouver, but they're playing in Victoria around here. My sister dated the drummer for a while, but then after Nick Gilder left, because he had his own hit with either Hot Child in the City, after he had finished off, whatever their first hit, I forget what it was. I've got the album, but then I just can't think of it right now. It's late. But anyway, the second singer for them was Bryan Adams. So Bryan Adams comes in, and I didn't like Bryan Adams as much as Nick Gilder because Bryan couldn't hit the high notes. Like Gilder had this amazing tenor, and Adams was a totally different vocalist. And so when you're used to the songs being sung one way, and I want you wait for that sound,
That first Sweeney Todd album with Nick Gilder singing.
Yeah.
I wish more people, that is obscure. I don't think it ever got a digital release. I think it's only been on vinyl. I don't think it sold anything in Canada, did it? Back in the day?
It did a little bit. It got a little traction.
But it's a great record.
People know it here. Certainly they know it.
It really is one of those records I think it would be great
Roxy Roller. And see, it comes to me now. Roxy Roller. And then, so that's the one that he had the one hit with Sweeney Todd. But then he came in and then did Hot Child in the City, which was the second one.
Did you ever see that? It's the second Sweeney Todd album, and Bryan Adams is on the cover.
Yeah, the horse.
His hair is long.
Yes.
It's not, you wouldn't think it's the same guy.
But that's the Bryan Adams I met when he had the long hair, because that was the thing, right? That's how it was before. And then he disappears to all intents and purposes, and he shows up in the 80s, and it's reborn as Bryan Adams with Reckless and Cuts Like a Knife.
Cuts Like a Knife. I love that album.
When that came right when the videos were happening, right, Grant?
When that came out, I played that and Synchronicity to death when those, like in 83. I love both of those records. Moxie, Jackson Hawk, Stunbolt.
Yeah, I got a Stone Bolt album in my collection here. I got one Stone Bolt album here, John.
Wow. Bass player and drummer from the Raspberry played my high school after leaving the band. The group was called TNT.
Yeah,
so that was when Dave, the bass player, and what was the drummer's name? Crap. Because, Eric Carmen went solo, and then
Grant, there was a magical little thumbs up that just popped by your head there.
I saw that. How'd that happen?
What the hell was that?
I don't know. I've never seen.
You've got powers that I've never seen before.
Bryan, I thought that's Bryan Adams. Yeah, I like Bryan Adams. Cuts Like a Knife is great. He kind of got a little sappy later. I don't know about that stuff.
Well, he went so big. It got big, huge. But it was funny. He did that little thing with Mel C, which I kind of like.
Jim Belfonte, yes.
Belafonte, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great drummer. But yeah, oh well.
The Raspberries are always compared with Badfinger because of power pop,
that's right,
power chords and stuff. But they were so much fun. But the lyrics are a little awkward in 2023,
Yeah.
It's too bad we let's go all the way, If we were older, we wouldn't have to be worried tonight. Yeah.
Well, welcome, French Vinyl Addict.
Hi, French Vinyl Addict.
Please subscribe. Check out Rachel's channel. Check out my channel.
Yeah.
Bonjour. Oh, here we go. I love Max Webster. I'm just going to give you a tip. Okay. All those original Aquarius CDs, the first pressings, sound absolutely wonderful. I don't know. I don't think the ones that are on Rock Candy sound as good, but the original Aquarius ones that say Max Webster featuring, Kim Mitchell.
Yeah.
The artwork, it's terrible what they did to the artwork. And there's no real liner notes on them, but they're very flat. There's hiss. They sound a lot of dynamic range. Max Webster was recorded really well. Those CDs sound great. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we love Glenn. That's Glenn Calloway from Ontario, Canada. We love Glenn. He's fantastic.
Well, Photomaker, Power Pop. There you go. Thank you, Stephen Schnee.
See, he knows this stuff. He knows this.
He's got all the answers. Oh, thanks, Terry. I appreciate it. Hey, there. Thanks, French Vinyl. The thing. Did you just see it?
What was there a fang? I missed. I was looking at French
There were
Vinyl.
thumbs up that just popped up.
Sacre bleu.
People still go to Ryan Adams shows and yell out the summer of '69.
Oh,
he used to hate it.
Yeah, Ryan and Brian.
I'm surprised Ryan Adams can get anybody to go to shows anymore, because didn't he beat up his somebody? I don't know.
I like Gowan, John, too. Gowan came big with, of course, his what was it?
Terry Brown.
Animal.
Good point, Terry, because a lot of that Terry Brown stuff. Hey, the other thing, like Klaatu, you listen to that first Klaatu album.
That's Terry, yeah.
Terry Brown, and he did Hope as well. And the first Capitol CD that you can get, that's just what's Eastern Standard? What was
Eastern
it?
Standard Time. It's
but here it's just Klaatu. But Capitol put out a version of that on CD. That's just the first album. It sounds great. That is a record.
318 or 316 or whatever.
But that Klaatu album is an album to test home stereos with. Oh my God, it's a glorious sounding recording. Terry Brown deserved an award. I think he did get an award for that.
Yeah, I got Dukes of Stratosphere. I think Grant's got it as well.
Yeah. Lawrence Gowan playing a band called Rheingold. I've never heard that. Yeah, he plays in Styx. I don't know
Rheingold either.
And I think Lawrence Gowan's very underutilized in Styx.
He's underrated guy. He was really good. I mean, when he had his big album with Strange Animal, Criminal Mind was on that. I got the album. It's a nicely produced album too. It's a good sounding LP.
Well,
good. Look at Steven's just hit. Listen, we've been here.
You're not going to go live, Steve. You don't even have a show ready.
Yeah.
What was I going to say real quick? Because we are going to wind this dog up. Oh, but Lawrence Gowan, he's a musician first. He's in Styx. He tours. He's supporting himself. Would he have much of a solo career now? Probably not. I doubt it. But Styx is still out playing, making money, filling up venues. Those last two Styx albums, great.
Yeah,
just saying, great stuff. My favorite song, Have You Ever Loved a Woman?
Yeah, that's Bryan Adams.
Yeah, I don't know, but if I know that.
That's the one he did. It's the video is like he's got the mask. It's like Zorro or what's the guy, Casanova? It's the whole thing. Dawn, it's the romance thing.
I don't know, Ruth Ann. I'm not sure who that is.
Skip Chernoff sounds really familiar.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Rachel, this shows proof that you should do more evening shows. It's great to know.
There's no room.
Thanks for the kind words, John. I appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, John, is that we can go hang out with Grant. I'll happily do another get-together with Grant. I had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this dog up. So, how are you going to get up? Oh, well. Rachel,
very slowly, but I'll be there.
Well, what is it? 7 p.m. for you? 7:14?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, it's 10:14 here. Okay. All right, we were winding this up. We went 2 hours, so
yeah, but we will do it again.
We will. This is great.
I'd rather do it in your pad because I like all your graphics and stuff.
Well, we'll do it again then. Yeah. But we will need to get Schnee.
Yeah,
Rob, we need to figure out something, Rachel. We'll do it over on your channel or whatever. Meets my channel. I don't care. We need to find something need to find something we can discuss.
Favorite power pop bands. I like.
We can do that.
Pop. I got a bunch in my collection. Or underrated albums. Anything. The topics are endless.
All right, let's wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. I have to owe that to Rachel because she's a magnet for people. Love Rachel, and look at the chat's been great.
Beloved peanuts.
But 2 hours went like that. I've had a lot of fun, Rachel. We will do this again.
Yeah.
Terry.
Terry, yes.
Thank you. Please subscribe. If you haven't checked out Rachel's channel, go over there, check it out. Please subscribe over there.
Rachel's Ghost.
A lot of great content over there.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, everybody.
Grant, thanks for hosting me. You're fantastic. Everybody, all you peanuts, please subscribe, Grant. He's a wonderful guy. Obviously, you saw him in action.
Until next time.
We
will see you. All right, everybody.
Take care. I'll hang around, talk to you after when we go out.